Well, it took 9 weeks, but I finally had to go on Showdown instead of Wi-Fi. Damn it. What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotics, bringing you our Week 9 battle for the IBL. I know there was no upload last week, and that was because, well, I just couldn't upload it. I did not have the time to record it, and we also had to play our game like 2 weeks later than it should have been played. So basically, I played my Week 10 game before my Week 9 game, and depending on when I can get this rendered and upload, you might be seeing this on Saturday or maybe Sunday before the Week 10 game goes up. But anyways, I'm just going to say this right now. I have no matchup in this game. There is none. Brendan's video is already up from when I'm recording this. He is a pretty good battler. He's coming back. He was, I believe, 1-5 or 2-5, and he basically has a chance to pick up another win. And then I believe he'll be, if he does win this game, he'll be one game out of the playoffs, which is really unfortunate because we had the first seed and we're in the same conference, meaning we would play each other in the first round. And like I just said before, we have no matchup. But let's just get into the team because you'll see why in a bit. So to start off, though, I'm gonna go over the matchups. Where is it? There we go. So our opponent has the Mega Gardevoir, Zygarde 50%, Mandibuzz, Lycanroc Dusk with Z-moves, Vaporeon, Cofagrigus, Ready Steel, Virizion, Cryogonal, Pyroar, and Zebstrika. While we have Excadrill with Z-moves, T-Tar, Tangrowth, Florges, Mismagius, Uxie, Blaziken, Porygon-Z, Quillfish, and Mega Ampharos. So let's go over the team that I actually brought this week because it's kind of quick. So to start off, we have a Choice Scarf Florges, very simple. It outspeeds a lot of things, hits things really hard. His only real answers to fairy types are, or offensive fairy types, are the Ready Steel, and I think I can wear that thing down with the rest of my Pokemon. We have an Assault Vest Tangrowth with enough special defense to make sure so we're not too KO'd by Timid Hyper Voice from a Mega Gardevoir. We also have Poison Jab there to do as much damage as possible. We then have Littlefoot, our T-Tar with the Lumberry, D-Dance, Ice Punch, Crunch, and Earthquake. This set pretty much beats this entire team once we get to like +2, basically, or even +1. We can set up all over the Mandibuzz. We can set up on the Pyroar, and we can set up on the Zebstrika if he doesn't have Low Kick. Next up, though, we have Doug, our Excadrill with the Groundium Z, Sub, Swords Dance, Earthquake, and Iron Head. I don't know why I was Groundium Z. I think I should have been, Celium Z to deal with the Mandibuzz a bit better, but that's just my mistake and oversight in building. Next up, though, we have Mr. Puff, our Quillfish. First week we're bringing this, it's Payapa Berry, which is a minus, which reduces the hits of super effective Psychic type moves. We have Toxic Spikes, Poison Jab, Toxic, and Destiny Bond. Basically, this is my lead. He hates Toxic Spikes on his team, and from what I heard, Spanik actually said, hey, you should definitely run Toxic Spikes. So I said, you know what, sure, I'll run it. We have a Poison Jab for the Gardevoir with enough attack, so we always KO it, unless it's like, I think he needs actually like the smallest of rolls to live that hit if he has no investment in HP or defense. And Destiny Bond is there for some cheeky KOs, and yeah. And then we have TR Tails here, Trick Room Tails, our Uxie, which is Calm Nature. I'm just gonna double check what it's for. It's never 2 KO'd by Timid Hyper Voice from Mega Gardevoir after Rocks and Leftovers. Also never 2 KO'd by Zygarde's Outrage without a boosting item. We have U-Turn, Hidden Power Ice, Heal Bell, and Stealth Rock. So yeah, now I'm gonna go over why we can't win this game. There's like no way we're gonna win this game. So to start off, if you look at my roster, tell me what my switch into Hyper Voice is. It is actually Excadrill. And Excadrill can only beat Gardevoir if 1, I am Choice Scarf, and 2, he misses a Focus Blast. That's the only way I can beat him. That's that. End of story. Florges is basically just setup fodder for a Gardevoir if he's running Calm Mind, and I know he'll be a sub Calm Mind set. I'm like 100% sure about that. What is my answer to Zygarde? Tangrowth. Okay, that's pretty good. What else? Nothing. That's it. And he can just basically sub Toxic, and he's gonna bring that set. I'm pretty sure he's gonna bring sub Toxic, Dragon Dance, and 1000 Arrows. I'm like confident about that. Next up, what do I have for the Vaporeon? I have my Mega Ampharos, but that just straight up loses to the first 2 Pokemon I just mentioned. Look, I just have no matchup. There's nothing I can do to pick up a win this week. I think the only thing I can do is really to just go out there and try and set up Toxic Spikes, try and chip down his entire team with my Sandcore, with my T-Tar, and then just proceed to sweep him with a Choice Scarf Florges. That's literally the only thing I can do. So, I mean, he brought 3 Pokemon that are weak to Fairy, and his Vaporeon isn't going to want to take repeated Fairy hits over and over because I feel like he's going to be physically defensive. And, the Gardevoir, I don't know if he's going to have Wish, but he's definitely going to have Sub and Calm Mind, so I got to be careful with that. Anyways, guys, let's get into the battle. And I will say we did try to play this on Wi-Fi. We did, and it just didn't end up working because, well, I don't know if it was me or him, but we really couldn't connect. Like, we played a couple turns, and then it just died. And then we couldn't connect, and we tried connecting for like an hour and it just wouldn't connect. So we're finishing it up on Showdown. So I'm going to send out my Quillfish turn 1. I'm going to go for the Toxic Spikes. And I should have thrown off the Toxic right here, but he goes for 1,000 Waves, and that's the trapping move. And we do live this hit, the second hit, and I'm going to go for a another Toxic Spike here. Now, I'm going to pause it because in the original game, he went for a Substitute there, and that was on my Toxic. So I was kind of like, oh, well, that sucks. And then he went for another 1,000 Waves, and then for the Toxic. Then I went for the Toxic Spikes. And then I went for the Destiny Bond over here, so he couldn't do anything. So he sets up a sub right now. We just kind of flip the order of things. So I go for another Toxic Spike there just to, like, I guess, end off the little, what is it called? Like standstill, or whatever it is. But he goes to the 1,000 hours and he takes me out there. Now, 1,000 hours, if you didn't know, it traps the opponent and it makes them so they can't switch out. So that's that there. We were definitely stuck there. We couldn't do anything. I should have probably carried Icy Wind or something like that, and that's just an oversight on my part. I really should have had that just in case so it wasn't setup fodder. But what can you do? I didn't think he was going to lead with Zygarde. Next up, though, I go into my Uxie here. I'm going to click HP Ice, as he's going to go for the Toxic. And at this point, I'm like, yeah, I can't beat this set. This set just doesn't win. This set just beats my entire team. So I go for the U-turn now, as he's going to go for the Protect. I'm like, okay, well, that's okay. It's basically a 50-50. If he goes for the Substitute, I go for the Hidden Power Ice, and I break him, and then he's just going to try and wear me down. Or I can go for the U-turn, and if he stays in and doesn't go for the Sub, or he goes to 1,000 Waves, then I'll be in a great spot, even if he switches out, and I can basically just pick up a win right there. But if he stays in and goes to Sub on my U-turn, I'm in trouble. So I'm going to go for the U-turn here, and he's going to go for the Substitute, and right there, it's pretty much, well, what can I do against him? There's nothing I can. I go into my T-Tar here, and I'm thinking, okay, I can go for the Ice Punch, I can live 2,000 Waves, so I'm going to go for the Dragon Dance here. So I go for the Dragon Dance right now, and I'm going to go for the Ice Punch at this point here. We can definitely 2 KO his we can definitely OHKO his Zygarde with our Ice Punch at +1 though, which is great. So he goes for another 1,000 Waves, and we live that hit as well. I go for the Ice Punch here. I want to, I'm going to pause it, I want to predict the Registeel coming in and go for Earthquake, but I just couldn't do it. The Zygarde is too much of a threat, and I mean, I'm thinking about it now, I definitely should have gone for the Earthquake because I would have broken a sub, and if he did go for a Substitute, that's fine by me. I go for another Earthquake, and I would have been fine, and I could have always switched out and been okay there. So Earthquake was definitely my play. But I go for the Ice Punch, and he's going to switch out into his Registeel, of course, and that is unfortunate for us. I'm going to go for the Earthquake now. He's definitely Shucky Berry, I know this, and well, the Shucky Berry pops, takes only 33%, finishes off with the Iron Head, and he crits us. That did not matter at all, didn't happen in the game. But at this point, I go into my Excadrill, and I'm going to go for the Substitute here. And I went for the Substitute because I knew the Mandibuzz was coming in, and I was just like, you know what, at this point, I'm playing on tilt. This is where we DC, by the way, and I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get foul played, and I'm going to lose this game. So I go for the Swords Dance here, thinking hopefully I can scare him out with a potential Rocky MZ, I'm guessing. So I go for the Swords Dance, he's going to go for the Foul Play, and this is going to, like, Foul Play at +2 OHKOs an Excadrill from full, so I go with the Iron Head. I'm hoping for a flinch now, I don't get it, and he KOs my Excadrill. So it's super unfortunate, it happens, but what can you do? But I go into my Florges here, I'm going to go for the Moonblast, because I do want to weaken the Registeel. It does 14%, which is still nothing, but I switch out and I go into my Tangrowth here on his Toxic, which is again unfortunate, and I'm going to switch out, pull a double, I believe, into my Florges right here, or no, I go for the Brick Break actually, because I was trying to weaken that thing, but now I'm going to, I believe, switch out into my Uxie, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, I go into Florges. It's been a while since I played this game, but he goes to the Defog here, and I'm like, well, right there, that just shows how useful Quillfish was. But I'm going to go for the Hidden Power Fighting here. It is a 2 KO on the Registeel, and at this point, I'm going to switch out and go into my Uxie because I feel like he's going to switch out into his Gardevoir. But of course he didn't do that, and basically, he's going to go into his Gardevoir now. I'm going to go for the Heal Bell to heal off the Toxic on 2 of my Pokemon. And at this point, guys, I know he's going to go for the Calm Mind. I know he's going to go for the Substitute, one of the two. So I go for the U-turn, and he throws off the sub. And look at this. We don't break the sub. At this point, guys, the game is over. There's nothing I can do because what was my switch into Gardevoir? Nothing. What was my switch into Zygarde? Tangrowth, but I couldn't beat the sub Zygarde set. I just could not. There was nothing I could do on my roster. So basically, if you look at all the Pokemon that he brought, all the sets that he brought, the ones that he showed, the Mandibuzz, the Registeel, the Zygarde, and the Mega Gardevoir, I knew exactly what he was going to bring. I prepped for that, and I could not beat it still. And that just shows how bad of a matchup I had. But GG to Brendan. He played well, he prepped well. He had a good matchup. That crit mattered. I could have broken the sub at least, and then been able to do nothing back to the Gardevoir because you see we didn't even break a sub there. So yeah, guys, look, that's the game. It happens. We got 6-0'd. We're still #1 in the league. We still have a great record. We are what, 7-2? Yeah, 7-2. And I mean, this happens. Like, it sucks. I'm kind of disappointed. I'm a little bit pissed. I was salty after the game because I'm like we were talking before, and he's like, "Oh my God, I have no matchup. I have no matchup." And then like in the game, I was looking at him like, "Really? You have all the matchup in the world." But what can you do, guys? I'm really disappointed in this loss. I I'm completely fine with losing a game, especially when I don't have a matchup, but I always want to try and at least get one kill instead of getting 6-0'd. Our differential is still sky high. I believe we're like plus 18 or plus 20, something like that. I really can't remember. But yeah, I mean, week 10 should be up hopefully tomorrow for you guys or the day after. It's supposed to be up this weekend when I'm recording this. But yeah, I mean, what can you do? Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I also want to say thank you for helping me reach over 270 subscribers, guys. It's a huge accomplishment for us, so thank you guys so much. Also, I've not said it in this video, but join the Ocean. It is my personal Discord server. It is linked in the description below. There's a ton of people in there. We're, I believe, 75 people right now. So if you guys do have Discord and you do want to join a community with a lot of people who do like Pokemon and other games, make sure to join the server. I'll be adding a bunch of other stuff there. And to top it off, I will be having a league starting through that server and only through that server. So you've got to be in that server and subscribe to me, of course, to participate in that. Anyways, guys, that is the battle. Thank you so much for watching. My name is MattOshea, and I will see you all next time.